Welcome to Jay's Daily Pre-Market Briefing for Thursday, March the 8th, 2018. Some important things to remember for today going into Thursday's trading. We do have very important news coming out from Europe. You've got the ECB interest rate, so their minimum bid rate will be released 7:45 a.m. Eastern, as well as at 8:30 a.m. Eastern. We've got the ECB press conference, as well as we've got U.S. Unemployment claims at that time if you're playing the CAD or oil. Also, we've got some Canadian news, building permits, National House Price Index, 10:30 nat gas storage, and then at 11 Bank of Canada Governor Poulos is speaking. Doesn't look like he's speaking about anything relative to interest rates, just talking about the new $10 bill. But the audience questions, if those get picked up at all, that can always move the market. So some very important news today prior to the U.S. stock market open. So be aware of that, and particularly be aware of it if you're trading the euro or euro pairs. And also keep in mind also today it is there will be rollover coming up. So you probably want to be watching the volume. Currently for ES, 31,000 shares. It's not even, it's Asian session right now. We're about 5 hours before the London Open. 5 hours before the London Open right now. Anyway, so watch the volume. If it switches, obviously switch over to the contract with more volumes. Watch ES, Nasdaq, YM. Watch those ones. And I always like to put up ones that even aren't expired yet, just so that I'm ready as we get closer to the rollover. So you can see I've put the euro on there, gold, crude oil, as well as 6J. And another one we might want to put on there would be Bitcoin. Whoops. We'll put Bitcoin on there. So we got the Bitcoin futures, and there we go. Okay, so let's start off with the 6J, Japanese yen. As we said yesterday, it came back into this key zone here, and now we're at the bottom edge. Went right back down to that 94, 400, 500 area. So 94, 335 is absolute key right now. As long as we stay below that, look for shorts, and with possible target. My plan for today on 6J would be to short down to 93, 645. And if it really gets going down to 93, 080. If we get back above 94, 430, I'd be interested in longs to target the 95,000 area, so 95, 065, 95, 125. If it really gets trucking for some reason, then 95, 610 is probably in play. Moving along to the YM. YN back above this key zone around that 24,700 area. As long as it stays above that, look for longs. So for today, three targets I'd be interested in would be 24,998, 25,185, and 25,410. Below 24,07, you've got targets of 24,572, 24,341, as well as down near the 24,100 area. Obviously, we already hit both of those, 24,572 and 24,341. So those are definitely realistic targets. If it does get a runner, then 24,100 is probably in play on the YM. Moving on to ZB. ZB, not much going on recently. This key area, 143.22, it keeps playing around it, and it keeps staying above the 142.17. So look for a break either above 144.01 or below the 142.06 or 141.10. Move on to NASDAQ. NASDAQ moving up through the 69.04 again. The previous day we had popped above it and then closed way below it. We're back above it, so look for longs. Expect us to get back into the 7,000s. Unless, however, we get back below 68.57.5. If that's the case, we'll probably take another run at 67.48 quarter to 30 quarter and beyond, down into the 6500s. Move on to Bitcoin itself. Bitcoin right back to our zone. It's just a little bit above it right now here during ancient session. So that key zone 95.15 to 91.10, 38% Fibonacci retracement holding just below our key zone of 12.190 to 13.495. We tried multiple times, three or four times over the past month to get back above 12.190, and it hasn't happened. That doesn't spell good things for Bitcoin. And there we go. There's the sound of the coin, which just fell off my desk. In any event, on Bitcoin, you could, if you are really confident or you're definitely only looking for longs for Bitcoin, this is a potential area to do it. However, I would keep your stops relatively tight. But I'm looking and expecting a break below that 91.10. If it does hold, then obviously we got to come back up and really get into that zone between 12.190 and 13.495, and then above it to really get traction to have any chance of getting above 17,000 and back above the all-time highs on Bitcoin for now. Moving along to 6E, the euro. As we talked about earlier, there is important euro news today. So the key zone below us right now, 122, 115 to 480, as well as the 123, 310 level. As long as those hold, continue to expect longs and for us to move up to the 126s and 127. So for today, I would be looking for a potential target of either 126, 150 or 126, 755 to the upside. To the downside, max downside target would be that 122, 115, or at the very outside 121, 280 on the euro. Moving along to crude oil. Crude oil, it's been tight. We get a day up, a day down, a day up, day down. Again, this minor level seems to be significant. This 1327.8 to 1330.1. As long as that holds, continue to look for longs. If we do get a retest of 1314.7 to 1307.7, that's got to hold for the longs to stay in business. So for today, as long as the 1330.1 to 27.8 holds, look for us to continue back up towards 1368.2 and 1381.1. If it doesn't, watch what happens when we come down to 1314.7 and 1307.7. If we do get below 0.77, then look out, because we're probably going down into the mid 1250s. However, for today, if it does get below 1307.7, I would just be targeting 1297.5, 1288.8, maximum 1278.1 for today. Finally, moving along to crude oil. We did have the inventories yesterday. Inventories coming out. We stayed below the 62.69 to 62.10 zone, which has been very important recently. Nice bounce off the minor level, minor zone there, 60.81 to 60.54. So the key for today is, what are we going to do in this area? Are we gonna break through it to the downside and go into the 59s and 58s? Or are we going to get back above 62, 69 and go to the 63s? So for today, that's the key. I'd play shorts from the top zone and longs from the bottom zone, and then see what happens when we get to either zone to see if we get a breakout. So that's your daily pre-market briefing for Thursday, March 8th, 2018. Trade well, control risk, remember rollover, as well as significant news events, and we'll see you tomorrow.